Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery.
Not Beyonce diving back into that dark voodoo stuff again just to clean up the mess she and Jay-Z allegedly made with Diddy. People are saying she's running right back to the same rituals she once got exposed for, the ones that had everyone side-eyeing her years ago. Allegedly, Beyonce was deep into witchcraft, doing spiritual work on people who crossed her, and there were even crazy claims about her keeping disturbing objects in her house for certain secret ceremonies. Now her former nanny is spilling everything, and the details are straight up wild. The nanny claims Beyonce wasn't just playing around with energy. She was allegedly trying to use it to control her image, her marriage, and even her enemies in the industry.
He put in the lawsuit, Jay-Z, that he was facing financial hardship, saying that he was not able to get business loans that he needed for his business and personal life because of these lawsuits. They've caused reputational harm, and banks denied him, even though he couldn't get loans before to save Roc Nation. And so he had to resort to a PPP loan to save Roc Nation. And how is it that a billionaire can't go into his own stash?
Word is, some of those rituals were connected to powerful Hollywood insiders who promised success in exchange for loyalty. And that's where things supposedly tie back to Diddy's dark circle. People are saying this nanny came with receipts, messages, and even voice notes that could shake everything we thought we knew about Queen Bee's world. And let's talk about Jay-Z, because apparently his money situation isn't looking too pretty right now. Rumor is he's been losing serious cash behind the scenes, and Beyonce's the one carrying their empire.
She is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, I was just at the Beyonce concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious.
That's why she's been touring nonstop, pushing through injuries and launching business after business like her life depends on it. Some say Jay's billionaire status is just hanging by a thread, and it's Beyonce's nonstop grind that's keeping the lights on. Whatever's going on, something definitely feels off, and fans can't stop talking about it. The whispers about Beyonce's alleged witchcraft didn't just appear overnight. They've been following her since her early days in the game. But everything exploded when her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, who toured with her for years, came out with shocking claims that made everyone stop and pay attention. Kimberly had been rocking stages with Beyonce through countless shows, but right in the middle of the On the Run 2 tour, she suddenly walked away. And the reason she gave sent the internet into a frenzy. Kimberly accused Beyonce of allegedly practicing extreme witchcraft behind closed doors, saying it wasn't just harmless energy work. It was something dark and powerful that made her feel unsafe. She claimed her personal life started falling apart, her finances were hit, and strange things were happening around her ever since she joined Beyonce's camp. When she finally quit, she said Beyonce allegedly sent people to watch her every move, making sure she stayed silent and didn't run to the media with what she knew. Things got so intense that Kimberly actually went to court and filed a restraining order against Beyonce, claiming she feared for her safety.
Wait, the girl cats. A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep, snacking on his and people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too, which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. She was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music, handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire.
She said she felt spiritually attacked and couldn't sleep. And every time she tried to move on, something unexplainable would happen. Fans were stunned, the media went wild, and to this day, nobody really knows what went down behind the scenes. But one thing's for sure, those accusations left a dark cloud that never truly went away. For years after that chaos, Kimberly went completely silent. And honestly, who could blame her? People were calling her crazy, clowning her online, and even showing up at her house to drop off hate letters. She said it felt like the whole world turned against her just for speaking her truth. But recently, she decided she's done keeping quiet. And when she finally spoke out again a few months ago, she had a lot to get off her chest. Kimberly said she regrets ever working with Beyonce, claiming her life's never been the same since she pulled back the curtain on what really went on behind those glittery stages. She said no matter how many auditions or gigs she tries for, nobody in the industry will touch her. It's like she's been completely blacklisted. And according to her, that's not a coincidence. Kimberly believes there's a powerful force working behind the scenes to keep her out, and she's convinced Beyonce had something to do with it. But that's not even the wildest part. Kimberly didn't stop with Beyonce. She went on to accuse Beyonce's sister Solange of also being wrapped up in the same dark practices. She said both sisters were deep in it, and that she saw and heard things that still haunt her to this day. Fans were shook, wondering if Kimberly was telling the truth or if she was just broken from the pressure. But either way, her story has reignited all those eerie whispers that never really disappeared. After Kimberly dropped those bombshell claims, people didn't waste a second before believing her, especially once she mentioned Solange's name. That connection made everyone's eyes widen, because there had already been talk about Solange allegedly being involved in the same mysterious stuff. And it all got even messier when Nicki Minaj went online a while back.
I definitely did that to definitely be so clear to cut the cord that I don't want to have anything to do with this person at all. I don't want to work with them. I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. If I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret. I regret that we ever worked together because it turned my life completely upside down. She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress into a mature woman and work with other people, build other great entities and statues and trophies that develop in the arts world and music. She's just been a savage, stealing my intellectual property, stealing my ideas, just basically doing anything and everything to damage any type of happiness that I could have had up to current. That be in my own independent career, establishing my own company, my own music, relationships, whether it be business partnerships, personal relationships. So I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of practice of self-love. I know that, I was that kid that grew up and always did the right things and always studied really hard and always did a lot for whoever I was working for and the company. And, that time has come and passed over and over again. And it's just been a nightmare to try to move on and do other things with other people without it getting totally destroyed. The other people I've worked with that have been on a plateau have been paid to fire me. I found this out, and then it just kept happening. So it was a pattern. Get really excited about something, you build.
Wilding out and dragging both Jay-Z and Beyonce. Fans remember that drama like it was yesterday. Nicki was going off, saying things that had the whole industry shook. But then suddenly, Solange stepped in and made a move that sent social media spiraling. Right in the middle of Nicki's rant, Solange hopped on Instagram and posted these strange, haunting images that looked like idols or demonic figures, and everyone instantly started connecting the dots. People claimed she was sending a warning to Nicki, basically saying, "Stop talking about my family before I call on my spirits to handle it." The timing was too perfect, and fans started flooding the comments saying Solange was allegedly performing some kind of spiritual retaliation. And the wildest part, Nicki stopped posting about Beyoncé and Jay-Z immediately after that. No explanation, no shade, just silence. Like she got the message loud and clear. These eerie rumors didn't die down either. They only grew stronger when popular tea blogger Storm Monroe jumped in, claiming Beyoncé wasn't just any celebrity dabbling in rituals, but allegedly a full-on Hollywood high priestess. He said she holds serious influence in secret circles that most people can't even imagine. Whether people believe it or not, that moment with Solange and Nicki had the whole internet convinced something powerful and scary was happening behind the scenes. Storm Monroe didn't hold anything back when he started breaking down his theory, and it had people's jaws on the floor. He claimed that Beyoncé allegedly has deep spiritual ties to a powerful ancient deity known as Ocean. often linked to wealth, beauty, and dominance, but also to darker, more controlling forms of spiritual power. According to him, Ocean isn't just any spirit. She's one of the most commanding forces out there, and Beyonce supposedly channels her energy to keep her spot at the very top of Hollywood.
Is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch. Okay. How many people have come out and said, hey, shit, my cat started dying. Beyonce did this to me. I saw Beyonce do that. Like, this is nothing new. Okay. But you got to understand, when it comes to Illuminati, to this industry, one person replaces the other. Madonna's old. Madonna is almost done. And Madonna is a very high ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is. Of course, the main thing Madonna practices is Kabbalah, but then there's different versions of Kabbalah, just like there's different versions of African spirituality. But then I also believe that in addition to African spirituality, I do believe that Beyonce is into dark magic and black magic as well, her and Jay-Z. And we're just going to leave it at that.
Storm even said that years ago, Madonna was considered the highest ranking witch in the industry, the one who supposedly ran things from the shadows. But now, Beyonce has allegedly taken that crown, becoming the so-called queen of the Hollywood circle. That, he claimed, is the real reason the industry showers her with endless awards, untouchable status, and global reverence. Fans started saying her success wasn't just from talent, it was from deep spiritual dealings that most people couldn't begin to understand. But then Storm took things to a much darker level. He suggested that all that power and luxury might have come with a price no one expected. He claimed that Beyonce's blessings came at the cost of her own family, sparking chilling theories about her twins, Rumi and Sir. People started whispering that the reason the twins don't appear as publicly sharp or outspoken as their sister Blue Ivy is because Beyonce allegedly made a sacrifice tied to their energy. It's a disturbing claim, and while there's zero proof, the internet ran with it, creating a storm of rumors that made the whole situation even creepier. Storm Monroe went all in with his claims, and what he said left everyone speechless. According to him, Beyonce allegedly has deep spiritual connections to a powerful ancient deity named Oshun, known for her ties to beauty, fame, and fortune, but also for having a darker, more demanding side. He described Oshun as one of the most dominant forces in spiritual lore, saying Beyonce channels her energy to maintain her power, influence, and almost untouchable status in Hollywood. Storm even compared Beyonce's supposed spiritual position to that of Madonna, who he claimed used to be the highest-ranking witch in the industry. He said Madonna still holds major influence in those hidden circles, but that Beyonce has now taken the top spot as Hollywood's spiritual queen. That's why, according to him, the industry treats her like royalty, flooding her with awards, praise, and protection no matter what happens. He insisted it's not just her talent that keeps her at the top. It's something way deeper and far more mysterious. But then Storm's words took a chilling turn. He claimed that every ounce of success and favor Beyonce receives might come at a heartbreaking cost: her own family. He alleged that the endless fame and power came through spiritual sacrifices, and that the twins, Rumi and Sir, were somehow caught in that energy. He went so far as to say that's why fans often notice how different they seem compared to their older sister, Blue Ivy. The claim was dark, shocking, and deeply unsettling. And while there's no proof of it, the internet ate it up, sparking endless debate about how far Beyonce's power really goes. Apparently, this was Kata's supposed punishment for stepping away from Beyonce after hearing about the alleged witchcraft. Are you kidding me? This whole thing makes no damn sense. And I'm not gonna sit here quiet while folks act like this is normal. They call for my child to be hurt? That's sick. Straight up evil vibes, if you ask me. I'm telling everybody to check on my child and make sure they're all right, because I won't let people play with kids and shrug it off. Beyonce, you crossed the line with this one. You pushed too far. You forgot where you came from and what you promised, acting like a queen when people are getting hurt around you. Back when that real stuff was happening to me, I kept quiet for my career and swallowed the pain, but I won't let history repeat with my goddaughter. I'm done staying low so your machine can keep running.
It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now. publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar,
guess they're on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious.
I'm about to expose what I know and push this to the light. Everything that's been hidden, I'll put on blast. No more hush money vibes, no more sneaky moves, just receipts and truth. Destiny's Child? That name means something real to me, and I won't let it be used to cover up harm or silence people. Hashtag Destiny's Child, hashtag really jiggerin'. Oh, but the drama doesn't end there. Last year, Jaguar Wright went on that fiery interview with Piers Morgan that had the internet buzzing and had Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly sending out threat letters and legal warnings left and right. Things got seriously intense when Jaguar didn't hold back, and she appeared to accuse Beyoncé of some dark stuff happening behind closed doors. According to Jaguar, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were allegedly involved in witchcraft practices right in their own home. And it wasn't just simple rituals. She claimed it was way darker than that. She suggested that the couple might have kept the remains of people they allegedly took out and used those remains as part of their spiritual ceremonies. Fans went wild over this, sharing clips, speculating, and debating whether there was any truth to it. It was one of those moments where the internet collectively gasped and couldn't look away because the allegations were so intense and chilling, leaving everyone asking, what really goes on behind the mansion walls? But get this, things get even crazier. Word on the street is that Jaguar Wright didn't just make those claims out of nowhere. She allegedly got all that insider tea about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's supposed victims straight from Beyoncé's former nanny. Yeah, that's right. This mysterious nanny's identity still hasn't been revealed, but rumors say she worked for Bey and Jay right around the time the twins were born. And what she allegedly witnessed in that house was enough to make her walk away for good. People online are saying that after she saw Jaguar publicly calling them out, the nanny reached out to her directly, ready to finally tell someone what she'd seen. She apparently believed Jaguar was bold enough to speak what others were too scared to say. But even with that courage, the nanny didn't want to come forward herself. She's said to be terrified of ending up blacklisted or spiritually handled, like Beyonce's ex-drummer and dancer Kimberly Thompson. So instead, she quietly passed her story to Jaguar, letting her be the voice that set everything ablaze. And once this rumor hit social media, people couldn't stop talking. One person posted, Solange already exposed herself for practicing witchcraft, and people still think these women are lying. Pathetic. It's time to start using common sense, folks. Another user added, At first, I thought these allegations were wild, but honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. Beyoncé herself once said her grandmother used to burn candles so her mom could conceive her. That sounds spiritual if you ask me. Now everyone's stuck in a heated debate. Is this just more internet madness? Or could there really be some truth behind these spooky stories? Because if even a fraction of what Jaguar and that anonymous nanny said is real, that would mean the power behind Beyoncé's throne runs deeper and darker than anyone ever imagined. So tell me, what do you think about these claims of Beyoncé allegedly practicing black magic? Now here's where things take a darker twist. People online claim the nanny had seen strange late-night gatherings, unusual chanting, and rooms filled with flickering candles before she suddenly quit. Insiders say she was promised a huge payout to stay quiet, but her conscience couldn't handle it anymore. She supposedly told Jaguar that what she saw made her believe fame in that mansion came with a heavy spiritual price. Others claim the nanny even kept a few photos and recordings as proof, though none have surfaced publicly yet, which only made the mystery grow. Fans are now split, with some convinced Beyoncé's empire hides powerful secrets, while others believe it's all a carefully crafted rumor meant to tear down her image. Either way, this story has the internet spiraling nonstop. And do you really think she's getting involved in all that just to help Jay-Z with his alleged money problems? That's a lot to unpack, and fans are debating nonstop. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to hear what you think about all this madness. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the juiciest, messiest celebrity stories. Click here to watch this other wild video too.